stuff.
Also,
So,
Hot doesn't know what Taco Bell is.
Oh, he has no idea.
I do. I know what Taco Bell is. It's like that Japanese stuff, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Japan known for tacos.
Okay.
Exactly the same. Yes.
Okay. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Sunday. This is Smudcast number 528. Why Mr. Beast's content is gross and exploitative, and
you have to go gross.
I know he used the capitals all in the gross, but he only used capitals in every other word that is not is and. So he forgot the period on the Mr. So I'm a little miffed by that grammatical error there. So
I'm surprised he didn't call it ridiculous.
Oh, I bet he will. Don't worry.
He's probably catching on to us. He's like, oh, I better switch it up.
Well, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
this is his new favorite word.
This is, in case you guys haven't figured it out, this is from the Cavernacle. This came out 2 years ago in July. Has almost 70,000 views. Has 3.3 thousand downvotes and 2.3 upvotes. So
2.3 upvotes. Who's that 0.3 of the person upvoting it?
I couldn't tell you, but obviously that's why people like it. But this is par for the course for Cavernacle. This is what he works off, just making dumb videos that people react to. And I don't know why people watch him, but fine. You know, we're watching him.
It's because communists are stupid. That's why.
Sure, maybe. I can't
mean
remember.
Maybe communists forgot how to grow food.
Is he the communist or is he the anarcho-communist? I can't remember which one.
There is no such thing.
I know, but
there's no such thing.
Someone called
no. Renegade
communist.
Well, he's
Renegade is the anarcho-communist.
I thought he was just an anarchist.
Anarcho-communists are only anarcho when it's in a capitalist system. As soon as the communist system takes over, they're suddenly communists.
They're suddenly authoritarian.
Oh. All right.
To be honest with you, I don't really care. They're all idiots, so...
Yes, they're just different. They just have different angles of manipulating you and telling you, I'm not the thing that I'm saying I am. I am another thing.
We could use an economic perspective, historical, mathematical... moral, human. We have all these arguments against being of this disposition, but we don't deal with. We're not here to do that. That's not what this channel is about. We're not here to argue, unless you want to hang out with Whisp.
You guys tried, and he already told you off because you're too small. Apparently,
we're not here to argue.
I don't remember. What did he say to me?
What are we here for?
Sunday would have a good time. This is
why are we?
What am I?
Turn your brain on. You don't need your brain today, guys. This is like, okay, time to listen to Mr. Trump.
Yeah, because if you dare try to use it, you will lose it.
Yes, I think that's a good way of putting it.
That's when you shoot everybody up in the... Never mind.
Yeah, there's no reason to extend your mind to this line of thinking. It's just silly. So, anyway, I think we're good to go. I think we're on the watch together. Volume looks good.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, guys. It's 18 minutes and a half. I highly doubt we're going to get through it.
Oh my God.
For me, I got hit hard financially because I was in the hospital for 4 days and not working right now.
You actually got the virus?
I got the virus.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you were furloughed from your job, you then got the virus, and now you're stuck with medical bills?
15 grand is what I've heard so far.
Obviously,
not working and living in San Francisco. I'm like, where am I going to find that?
Yeah. Hold up. One second,
news.
sir. I gotta talk to my news anchor.
We gotta take care of it.
Okay. Hey. So we here at MBSNDCGDBY News would like to give you $15,000 to cover your hospital bills. Also, I'm not a real news anchor. This is the most expensive firework in the entire world, and it cost me over $160,000. And I also bought a $5,000 firework, a $10,000 one, and this big behemoth right here is a $40,000 firework. And everything here, we spent over $600,000 on this video, and every single firework will be launched.
Like many of you, I assume that you've been exposed to Mr. Beast from YouTube actually pushing him.
Why are you wearing a vest?
A tank top?
Because is this before or after he went to the gym? Before he died?
I think
no. If this was after the gym, we'd be seeing him cooming on himself.
Good point. Yeah.
No, he'd be
What's up
depressed
with his
because
beard?
he wasn't as good as all the others at the gym because he can't live up to their masculine physique image.
Yeah, it's almost like you go to the gym to improve yourself, not to fucking like judge yourself based on somebody else.
Isn't that weird? You go to the gym and you go, geez, I really need to use up all my energy. I want to, get healthier and have a better physique. And he comes out of the gym and going, oh, I just can't do it.
Capitalism.
Well, what do you want? Just go to the gym and eat a hamburger if you want. That self-conscious about it.
You could have just said get a Planet Fitness membership there, Eric. I would have saved you some breath.
Do they give you a meal plan in Planet Fitness? I don't know.
No, Planet Fitness has pizza nights.
No way.
Wow,
Planet Fitness has pizza nights and fucking free Tootsie Rolls when you walk in the door.
I'm signing up to Planet Fitness then.
Yeah.
That sounds like the New Zealandian libraries that add table tennis tables and pizza.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't see any chocolate oranges on his shelf or table there, so maybe he's hasn't started that fad yet.
You still got those two posters right next to each other for some reason.
Yeah.
Above that as well.
All right, let's see what he has to say
It's
about
2 times the same poster.
Mr. Beast.
Whether that be on your recommended tab or on the trending tab or recommended under videos you're watching, essentially what this guy does is make crazy YouTube videos, a lot of the time revolving around spending a ton of money. Sometimes it even amounts to about $1 million that he actually uses on certain things in a video. So after first being exposed to his content, I've been really trying to think about why I have a problem with it, because it never sat well with me. And he does a lot of good.
Does anyone know what the 465 in the background means? Is that an increasing number?
No,
that's the number of times he's coomed this week.
That looks like a number you put when you run in a sort of race sort of thing, and you put it on your back or your front.
I really think Cavernacle won.
He probably did a marathon or something. Oh, well, he probably turned up at a marathon. Well, he probably watched the marathon. I mean, he probably watched the marathon on TV.
Wait, why are we talking about the numbers in the background?
We're trying
The
to make
numbers.
sense.
The numbers, Smud Boy. What do they mean?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. It's a turnpike. There you go. It's
back to Cuba. That's what it's about.
465 is also how communists count up.
Probably, yeah.
Vladimir, Steiner, Dragovich.
That makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Work as well, and I know a lot of people in the comments are probably going to be saying, Mr. Beast has done X, Y, and Z. What have you ever done? Which is a fair point. He's given a lot of money.
Okay, we can end the video there. We can end the video there. We got 1 minute and 48 seconds in, and Cavernacle just BTFO'd his own existence.
Oh, great! That's great.
Like,
What
more can we say? Like this is the face of like somebody who realizes they're a worthless piece of shit. Like I can just imagine Cavernacle waking up, going into the bathroom, and making this face at himself in the mirror.
It's literally like, yeah, no, Mr. Beast has done all this. Like, what have you done? Well, it's true, nothing at all. But I'm still.
But here I am going to criticize him.
I see nothing wrong with a fool and his money is soon parted. That's fine. Do whatever you want with your money. I don't care how you spend it. I don't care how you make it. That's your business. It's none of mine. So I don't know why someone has to talk about these things. It's only when you see a federal official spending money on a vacation where you're like, dude, you only make $100,000 a year. How the hell did you afford this, $40,000 vacation with your family? Like what? Like there's it raises questions where we want our government officials to be, trim and proper and clean and not be corrupt and take advantage of people. So
implying I want government officials.
Yeah, how are you able to afford a cheap hotel in Dubai?
It's really easy when you get 10% for the big guy.
So when an individual who's on YouTube who does this for fun as well as charity, obviously he has money he gives away, and you're criticizing him for doing that, you're like, wait a second, he's having a good time, not bothering anyone, actually helping people, as well as directly having them have a good time as well. And
does he actually have that money?
He has to.
Probably.
Yeah.
So the thing is,
I don't know.
So what this video is going to come down to is like what I said beforehand. This is just Kavanagh going, I'm poor, I don't like seeing rich people spend money.
Yeah, so like what every communist has ever said about anybody.
Yeah, it's like
I'm jealous because I'm not as wealthy as you. Not that I'm poor, it's just I'm not as wealthy as this other person, which means their wealth should be redistributed to me and maybe some poor people, maybe.
Which is why they all want to be like Fidel Castro.
Communism and jealousy go hand in hand, don't they?
Yeah.
Communism requires jealousy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I rest my case.
For various good causes, he's given money personally in these videos to people who need it. But I guess in this video, what I want to talk about is how he uses these situations to grow his channel, and then it is...
Oh my god, that's like the idea of YouTube. Holy crap.
Wow, Tabernacle, maybe if he grows his channel, other people will also give to the charity that he's giving to.
Wait a second here. Okay.
That way,
which they are.
Yeah, maybe, so that way, it's not just the money that he has, but it's also additional money from people that watch him going to this charity.
This is weird because there are people on YouTube. I can't remember his name. He's like this Swami from India. There's a whole culture of these wise dudes from India, and they don't have money. Like, they don't want money. They live in squalor. It's the people around him. Like, they have websites and they have donations and this, and he gives to charity that way. He's there not to make money for himself. He's doing it to promote health and wellness and proper thinking and all the traditions of his faith. So what's wrong with him growing his channel? Additionally, what's wrong with anyone growing their channel? With or without money. I don't see, if people like the content, they're going to subscribe.
Yeah. But you can't be
more popular than Tabernacle.
Yeah, but it's like he's going. This guy's done his YouTube channel to get more viewers, and I think that's wrong because, well, Jesus Christ.
I was going to say, doesn't he make a lot of money from YouTube, and then he uses some of that money for whatever thing he has planned or wants to do?
Yes.
This entire video is just going to boil down to Tabernacle's jealous as fuck because he's not that interested.
As always.
What do you fucking do?
In very poor taste a lot of the time, where he will give a certain amount of money to someone who is in desperate need of it, before then going to spend about $500,000 on something ridiculous like the world's biggest firework.
He said, "Oh wow, we made it a whole 2 minutes in before we got ridiculous."
So
it's ridiculous.
Just list the counter here. We're at number 1. So he's arguing because he gave some money to some person who needs it, like the $15,000, which is the guy who's out of a job. He has medical bills. But he then goes ahead and spends way more money on other stuff. So this is weird. So let's say you go to the store and, I don't know, you give 10% of your bill to charity or a tip at a restaurant. And that's good because you gave to charity or you gave a good tip, but then you go and buy a $50,000 car or something. Like, that's what he's complaining. It's like, oh, you made this purchase, but then you made this purchase. Why did you do that? It's like, it's my money. I could do what I want with it. I don't see a problem.
It's also when he buys something, that also means it's going into the economy, and somebody can pay employees.
Yeah, plus there's taxes on top of that. Whenever you do windfall winnings in the States or purchases of any kind, they get taxed. So when he bought all those fireworks, I mean, those don't come cheap. And as you saw,
almost as if buying stuff helps other people.
Amazing how capitalism is good for the economy.
And not just that, for other people.
Like making a living.
It's like it has a positive social effect.
Yeah, the best social program, as we've always said, is a job, or even better, a business.
Yeah, I have a proposal.
Or just murdering millions of people. Sorry, that's the communist way of doing things. Sorry, my mistake.
Yeah.
I have a proposal. So this video is 18 minutes long, or roundabout. We've got our first ridiculous after 2 minutes. Who wants to guess? Will he be over or under 10 ridiculouses?
What? Under 10 per minute, or what for the entire video?
The entire video. Oh, as far as we get in the video. Let's say that.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be over 10. The bloke can say ridiculous like 6 times a second. I'm surprised we got this kind.
Yeah, but it's a bit like RNG when it pops up. So chat, you can play too. Will Cavernacle in this Smudcast get over or under 10 ridiculouses?
I'm gonna say over.
And if you win, you get a worthless internet point.
And if you lose, you got to donate $500 to the Smudcast server, right?
No, to me directly.
Yeah, I need some of that money, right?
Through Streamlabs.
Okay, Mark will count. Amazing, everything is set up.
Why is Mark counting?
It's set up so that I get the money.
Yeah. So let's go.
Let's go. Give me money.
How exciting this is.
Man, you people in the chat, you don't know how over-under works. You can't give definitive numbers. This is not who's closest to it.
I made a poll.
Good.
Let's keep going.
And although it's not totally known where all his money comes from, people think, and he says it's mostly from brand deals, I'm just going to talk how it's in pretty poor taste, during what is going on in the world currently at the moment, to be throwing around so much.
How is it Mr. Beast's fault to fuck with, try and fix what's going on in the world? Please explain to me how one guy can solve the entire world's problems, Cavernacle.
So wait, is this during the lockdowns and the BLM riots and stuff?
No, it was before. This is why I don't give any credence to, you shouldn't do this because of what's going on in the world. There's always shit going on in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So what the fuck does it matter?
There's never not been shit going on in the world.
Does he expect Mr. Beast to be able to stop the shit in Ukraine? I hope not.
This is way back in 2020, so this is the start of the pandemic.
Well, it's way back in 20. You make it sound like it's like a century ago. It's just 2 years ago.
Well, with 2020, you have to understand, not only was it the pandemic, you had the market collapse at the March 20th.
Oh, you also had they said we go to war with North Korea.
Oh yeah, then there was
we
George
still had the
Floyd.
Orange Man.
No, it's gonna be against Russia.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's amazing.
So 2020 was a fun year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was so amazing.
So many things going on. What's this guy doing, spending money and giving it away? Like, what the fuck? Oh my God.
Why spending money? He could be giving that money to fight North Korea. It's like, what?
This guy's superpower is money. Why doesn't he use it to fight evil?
What? Yeah. YouTube money. Okay, here we go.
Much money on ridiculous stuff, which is often very wasteful stuff that can never be used again or can never be sold again, and then talk about why most content is sort of exploitative, just like traditional game shows back in the day. So this video.
So wait a second, you're saying because he's like a game show, it's bad? Like The Price is Right is bad for people? Like what do you Jeopardy is bad?
Like what? Okay, Cavernacle, do you know that chocolate oranges are a one-time use thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know that, and yet you continue to buy them.
Well, actually, if you donate to his Patreon, what do you get out of it?
More retardation.
Well, it depends on whose Patreon it is.
I imagine Cavernacle. I mean, you probably get a video, right?
You become as stupid as him.
Look, a dumb person buys chocolate oranges that go bad after a while and just litter your shelf. A not-so-dumb person buys expensive whiskey, puts it on the shelf, and waits for either it to get more expensive or for the economy to collapse and have something worth of trading. Or when it's when it's back up.
Here is Porcelinus the Fourth. Thank you. Yo, why the hell does this man look like a bobblehead? It's unnerving. Also, the guy advocates for a political ideology that's killed millions of people. I don't think he has room to criticize anybody. Well, you could have various political ideologies, economic theories, and still
the most millions of people.
Like, no, it doesn't count because it's not his, like, microscopically small, hyper-specific version of communism that will definitely
That he
work
has not
for
even
time.
defined.
Well,
But it'll
Because
definitely
he
work.
cannot. None of these people ever
Yeah, but
does.
he's looking
Then
at
they are
this-
suddenly in power, and then they just do everything everybody else before them did.
But he's criticizing the morality of Mr. Beast and his money, which is weird. Like, can you imagine? Like, oh, you didn't give to charity this year, you horrible person. Like, what?
That's
Like,
three
except he
ridiculous.
did.
That's,
Yeah, but-
that's at least three ridiculouses on its own.
Oh yeah, let's
but-
listen to Pol Pot about morals and ethics and economy. That's a good idea.
He
I prefer
pays
to
a
listen to
black man-
Pinochet based on his morals.
But isn't it funny? He pays a black man's hospital bill, and he has a problem with that. I thought he was all about.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
that's not
that's
solving the greater problems of the world. He's just losing himself in the minutiae of a single person's life. It's so worthless because that is a black life that does not matter.
Yeah, that black person might have disagreed with me on my politics, which is ridiculous.
All right. Anyway, why he looks the way he does, I think we discussed that. His gym experience was never the greatest thing for him, so he stopped going. So there you go.
I swear, I think he's balding too.
That's why he looks like a cheese.
Anybody who wears caps on their head after the age of 12 is usually balding. So, yeah.
All right.
Is going to be sort of split into two. The first part is going to be talking about this game show he did a couple months ago. The second part is going to be talking about his donations to people who needed it during the current situation in the world at the moment, and then how he wastes loads more money on doing really, really stupid stuff. But Mr. Beast set up a game show where various people would compete to win $1 million. He actually clickbaited a lot of this because he did this in the numerous rounds, so he had parts 1 to 4 and said, you know, the last two, whatever, wins $1 million when they don't actually win $1 million. So you have last to fall wins $1 million, part 1. Last to stop swinging wins $1 million, part 2. Last to leave the toilet wins $1 million, part 3. Last to stop riding bike wins $1 million, part 4. Like I said, no one in these videos wins $1 million. They win this round and get put through to the final round.
Congratulations, Cavernacle, you've discovered how contests work.
So the concept is Takeshi's Castle.
Yeah.
He's trying to have fun, and
Okay, so there will be one person who does get $1 million.
I assume so at some point.
Okay, then it's just somewhat misleading headlines.
sure, yeah.
But
Again,
that's why
he's figured out how
One,
broadcasting
two,
works.
Well, look at these views. 41 million, 23 million. Like, he's already recouped the money he's going to need, plus all the production fees and whatever injuries or any medical problems that could have happened with these. So it's like he knows what he's doing. He has a business. It's having fun. He's entertaining people. People are watching it.
I'm amazed that there is someone out there who makes videos of a quarter hour that have over 20, if not 40 million views, and I have never heard of this person.
Pretty much, yeah. Oh boy, here is Mark in 3D. This is going to be interesting. Cap went full Cure. Sorry. For full Crea? Kreai. Don't help the people in need. Think twice who you give aid to. Ah, the wise words of Crea. Guys, you remember that very famous scene in KOTOR 2 where every answer you give is wrong. You're always wrong. Krea's right. And the results of your actions have consequences.
Damn it.
Anyway, is that how you pronounce her? Is that how you spell her name? Kreia? I don't even remember.
Kreia,
Jeez,
I believe.
I'm forgetful. Holy jeez. Gotta go back and play some good games. All right.
So this final round is last to take hand off $1 million keeps it. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. The finalists all put their hands on a box of $1 million.
All right, so that reminds me of a game show. It was a car, and all these people had to find a comfortable position on the car and put their two hands on it and not move. And the last person who kept their hands on the car got the car. So there you go.
I'm pretty sure Japanese do this kind of stuff all the time.
Yeah, this was like a thing back in the late 80s, I think. North America, I think. I don't know which state, but I remember that. And they would have like these multiple competitions. It wasn't just one car, it was multiple cars. So it was fun. It was weird, but you see people
It's fun when it starts raining.
Yeah, they'll keep going. They'll just stand there. It was really
and
cool.
hail, and then someone needs to pee.
Yeah, exactly.
Peace.
I think the longest was like
so
11,
many words
12
on
hours.
using urine.
Oh god. Anyway.
And the last one to leave basically wins that.
Dead serious. Last one of you to take your hand off this $1 million stack of cash keeps it. I don't care if it takes an hour, day, week, month, year. I don't care if it takes a decade. The last one of your hands to come off this $1 million keeps it. Yeah! Mark is the winner of the $1 million challenge.
No way!
Yes.
No way! No way! No way! No way!
$1 million, Mark. $1 million, you can buy a house, a Lamborghini, another house, depending where you live, another house.
This is
chicken wings.
unbelievable. Wow, man.
It's now your family's money.
Oh, Mark?
All of this.
Oh my god!
$1 million.
Really?
Yes.
You lying?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
So your boy's a millionaire,
boss in
so
the
I
back, bro?
promise you that ring, and it is coming towards you when I come back.
So the contestant, Mark, wins $1 million. You can see there, very, very happy, calling his wife.
Man, what a bastard. You're right, Cavanacle. This is disgusting. Look at those smiling faces. Under true communism, they'd either be dead or miserable. You're right.
Or that
Or
$1
maybe
million
a chain.
would buy them half a loaf of bread.
We're getting there.
Don't remind me.
Another black guy.
Anyway.
So it's Black Mark instead.
Okay.
Marking 13%.
Anyway.
This guy has just won a life-changing amount of money. Why shouldn't you be happy for him? He won it through a kind of stupid game show, but again, some random guy winning $1 million, wouldn't you like to do that as well? And I hope it was made clear, because the follow-up video is spending $1 million in 24 hours, where this Mark guy has to spend all his money within one day. Now, again, I hope this was made clear when they signed up to do this game show, because if it wasn't, that is a pretty awful thing to do. Just springing on this guy, yeah, you've got to do this to make some really stupid video of me, and all the suffering you went through for these ridiculous yet hard challenges, you don't really get to choose how to spend your money in a proper way, because I know, like a lot of you, if I won $1 million right now, £1 million, whatever, I would not be spending it in a day, I would not be spending it in a month, I would not be spending it in a year.
Okay, well, that's fine, but, you know, if you were in the 2020s and I was going to give you financial advice, my advice would be buy anything on the market. Anything. You'll be fine. So the entire...
Anything that is solid.
No, almost anything. Like, I was buying all kinds of stuff in 2020, but if you have $1 million... And it was 2020. I had a few financial advisors. They were like, "Yeah, what sector you like? Yeah, we'll buy that. Yeah, sure. Let's go."
Just anything that doesn't go bad, unless you want storage full of food.
Okay, I'm not.
Get through the coming
I'm not talking buying perishable goods. I'm talking stocks and bonds and mutual funds and.
How much would you say you should invest?
It depends. It depends what you're doing and where you're going with the money. So if you're going for like a 10-year return, you want to spend at least 10 to 20% of your income, because you don't know what's going to happen in a downturn. You don't know what you're going to do. But some people are even stricter. They go up to 40%, and they have mortgages to pay. They got all kinds of things to do. So it really depends on what you're using your money for right now. So, but some people like to give to 10% to church or whatever their spending patterns are. So it really depends on your lifestyle and where you're going in 10 years. That's the good benchmark. What are you going to do in 10 years with your money, or in general?
Area of Disney.
So anyway, if you were spending
might go
if you were spending $1 million in one day, either it's going to be a really dumb video where he's like, "Oh, I'll just spend shit," or there's a guy in the background going, "Okay, that's should do this and do this and do this." So, but if you're a guy who's going to buy a house and buy a ring, family planning is kind of already in your brain. That's kind of how it goes.
At worst, if you're not a silly spender, $1 million can give you a lot of room to breathe for a while to get another job.
Yeah, and if you do have a mortgage, in that case, it's probably wiser to spend all the money on the mortgage first before you go into investing. And depending on your lifestyle, what you're going to do with that house, you're going to sell it later, you're going to buy a second house and rent that out. Like, what depends. So yeah, no, it's not unheard of to spend a lot of money in one day. It just, as long as you have a plan. Off the top of my head, I wouldn't do it, but that's up to you.
But it sounds like Kavanagh was just assuming that. Like, I don't.
To be honest with you, it just sounds like a quicker version of that movie, Brewster's Million.
Ah, that was a
and
crazy.
No one expected me to reference that movie.
I don't think I've seen it. No.
Look.
Yeah, some homeless guy.
He can say all this, how he would be a much more conscientious. Oh God, I can't words anymore. Much more wise spender.
Words anyway. Don't worry about it.
That was a pretty cool movie, actually. Now that I remember it.
Yeah, but however, he's the very person that I would expect to, without thinking about it, without noticing, burning through that money in a very short time.
Yeah.
All right.
Because you just buy random shit, like chocolate oranges.
All right, so we just got a comment from Vladimir, one of our wonderful subscribers here. Thoughts on the Act-Man debacle? I'm scared of saying anything, because I've seen people getting warnings from YouTube for even mentioning the Act-Man or Quantum TV or anything with YouTube and its current behavior the past week.
Thanks.
Yeah, corrupt people don't like being called out on their corrupt behavior.
Yeah, it's going to change things if nothing gets solved in the next month. People will still be using YouTube, but they're going to be going elsewhere as well. So
good. Go to Odyssey. Go to BitChute. Go to anywhere else. YouTube is a piece of shit platform.
Yeah, maybe it makes those other platforms better, their UI.
This shit's gonna cause another apocalypse. I can guarantee it.
Oh man,
all right, let's go.
I'd probably buy something like a new house, and then I'd keep it or invest it. Now in the video you'll see he just wastes it on lots of ridiculous stuff.
All right, so you now have 24 hours to spend the $1 million. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's do it.
No. So this is different.
Give me two.
So this is different. He is forced to spend the $1 million. It's not that he just has it and now he can just do with it whatever he wants.
Yeah. So this is like
he's forced to spend it on random shit in a day. It's apparently part of the gig.
Yeah, that's part of the show. So
okay.
Is this a Walmart? Like, what is this? A Costco? I can't really tell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's Walmart.
It's a Walmart.
Okay.
But here's the thing. That guy can buy all that shit with the $1 million. It's essentially free for him.
Yeah.
And then he can turn around and sell that shit.
Yeah, he can sell it on eBay. Basically, what this is what he won is a $1 million coupon of choose your prizes worth $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's gonna have this crazy shopping cart and a big truck outside. So
yeah.
I mean, if he wanted to, he could buy a bunch of groceries. I don't know.
Maybe not $1 million worth. That'd be the whole store.
I don't know.
Like,
Eric's there just licking his lips at the tacos he could buy with it. It's like, oh my god.
I am.
Hey, Mr. Beast, take me to the U.S. Gold Reserve. I'll buy $1 million worth of that.
I could buy a bunch of dough and then, have homemade pizzas for life.
But
whatever.
This is getting even worse and worse as we go into it.
The tragedy. Oh no, he's spending $1 million in a day. What will he do?
Again, this guy can easily scalp this shit and get some of the money back.
Yeah.
And it's not a loss for him because he essentially got all this shit for free.
Yeah, you can go to Amazon.
It is still net profit. It's still net profit for this dude.
Yeah, you go to Amazon and mark it up.
Even if he can't sell it as at the buying price, he will still have made a lot of money if he sells even half of it again.
If he sells all of it for half price, he's made $500,000.
Yes, for playing a stupid game on the internet.
And still have all this
profit.
Have all this inventory he hasn't opened up yet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. and fuck, like he could even make it like, hey, this is a fucking toy I got while I was participating on the Mr. Beast whatever YouTube show, and that'll probably get it even more. Yeah. Put it on eBay, people will bid it up.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a chance, like not only will it be like a 1-to-1, there's a chance of him getting profit on top of all this shit.
Yeah,
I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah. But Ben, it's a black guy not starving to death, possibly going to be killed by gun crime. And as all good communists know, that's what you want black people to be doing.
Oh yeah, you're right. How foolish of me.
If there's one thing I know, it's British communists know a hell of a lot about African Americans.
Yeah, a whole fucking hell of a lot, don't they?
Especially those who live in predominantly white areas. Who have never been outside of London.
I absolutely love it when white people, fucking an ocean and half a continent away, try and tell me how my experience is living in this country. It's fucking great. I love it.
All right, here's Vladimir Dragunov for the 5. Thank you. If I was in this guy's situation, well, there's a firearms store within walking distance of my local Walmart.
Yeah, boy.
It's a very American answer to...
Just build a bunker. Hell yeah.
Then you realise like Vladimir's from Ghana or something like that.
Just buy some nuclear missiles.
Sure. Okay.
Absolutely. Oh god! If only there were free market nukes.
Could you imagine? But to be honest with you, that's probably what Kavanaugh will think. Yeah, you could just go to like Walmart and get like one nuclear bomb from like the checkout. It's like, yes, Kavanaugh, he can buy one nuke, please.
Well, a U.S. congressman threatened to nuke U.S. citizens who try to stand up to the government. So yes, I want free market nukes because I just got threatened with them.
All right, we are 6 minutes in, and I'm still not seeing a problem here. But anyway, let's.
I do want to ask because I don't know. Is it always like this? Was his contest, or is this just the average? You know, like you have to spend $1 million in a day. I could have sworn there were other times where you didn't have to do that, but I don't know. I could be wrong because I don't watch the guy's videos.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like this is just like a just one idea he had.
Yeah, and he extended this entire game show into multiple videos over the months. So people were watching his show or his YouTube channel for all this time. And he's getting all these views, and everyone involved looks like they're having a good time. I mean, it seems like a good thing to do.
Yeah, it's relatively little effort to keep the thing running. Smart business.
All right.
It's also how every TV show. It's also how every TV show has ever been made ever. They record a bunch of shit at one time, and then they slowly release it.
Yeah.
Unless it's South Park, and those motherfuckers are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
I want a Nintendo Switch.
Alright.
To us.
Whoa, Sim?
You sure you don't want the cheaper one? I'm just messing. You got $1 million.
Series 5.
Okay.
Two Note 10 Pluses. Of course, the new iPads as well.
Wow.
Thank you.
I don't know how much that was, but it's right there on the counter.
All I need from you is a signature right here. The vehicles are yours.
You better not read it. You're a millionaire. You ain't got time to read.
What if Mark was like, yeah, how much is this coat rack?
Just for clarity, how much is this house? It's $165, right? Yep. Okay, which is perfectly in the budget.
$165 for a house. What the? Where is it?
That must be buttfuck nowhere.
This is a one-story house, or what is it?
don't know. I want to move there. 165 for a house is
There's
incredible.
no such thing as a one-story house. It's called a shack.
Smud. I looked on Zillow. In the middle of Kansas, middle of buttfuck nowhere, Kansas, on 12 acres of land, you could buy, I think it was like a 10-story deep missile silo for $330,000.
Whoa!
Properties that cheap exist.
Does it have running water?
Yes, the problem with those is usually that they're full of mold.
Oh, it was rusty as fuck.
Okay.
Absolutely. But up top, it's 10 stories of space dug down, right? On 12 acres of land, up top, there's a full-ass loaded fucking workshop, right? And then 2 4-car garages.
I'd buy that just to have it.
Exactly. To renovate the missile silo space, it'd probably run you about, I'd say maybe $2 million on top, right? But still, that is a missile silo, the workshop, the 2 4-car garages, and 12 acres of land for $2.3 million.
Yeah, you can have your own space program now.
Yes.
I will say one thing. It was kind of funny that Bears mentions a 10-story missile silo, and the first thing Whisp goes, "Ooh, but there might be mold there."
Back in my day, my missile silos were.
What is so weird about that hole?
What's so? Everyone else be asking like other questions. You're like, yeah, but there's a bit of mold on level 5. I'm not going to buy them.
It's got running water, electricity.
I absolutely don't understand your thought
radiation.
process there, Hulk.
What
is so funny?
It's just the way that it's just like, why?
Because old bunkers often have mold problems.
It's a very German question to ask about a place.
Look, we have a lot of abandoned bunkers here in Germany, and they're not aired out very well. Especially the old East German ones, the socialist ones. They're like all types of mold in one bloody thing. You don't want to go inside it; it just kills you.
But
you breathe in the socialism contained in that bunker, and it just kills you.
Right.
Just deep clean it.
I'd have just thought that the first question, if you buy the bunker in like Germany, would be like, have you removed the Nazi bodies yet? Is a skeleton removed?
Yeah, give it a conservative wash.
Okay.
There's just like a burn mark and like this like suicide note and everything. Also, a very small mustache. What's this all about?
Anyway, here we go. Vladimir gave us some super chats. No, he is American. Thank you, Vladimir. The only downside is all the forms and paperwork I would need to fill out. Okay. Yeah, you have to fill out paper when you buy guns. This is true. So,
like, taxation is bullshit, and taxation on prizes from contests you won is extra bullshit.
Yeah, this is what I'm wondering, because if he has to report this on his taxes or however he gets this money, you can't lay it off as debt because you're spending it now. So you still have to accommodate giving money to someone, or if he didn't give money to someone, it's still considered a prize. And there's a certain upper limit to that and all that other junk. I don't know the tax law in the States that well enough to know, but I do know if you win $100,000 on Jeopardy, you're spending roughly half of that back on taxes. So
maybe the trick is that he gets items.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of curious about how that works.
It depends, because like over here in the UK, in a lot of the programs, if you're winning money, they mentioned that the prize money is tax-free, so you get all of it. So is there a disclaimer on the stuff that he's doing? Like, if he says it's all like tax-free, then, you know. But I don't know how America works with that stuff, because you Americans have taxes for everything.
Well, in that case, if it's $1 million and he says
tax-free... Nigga, you got a fucking TV license over there in fucking Britbong land. Don't talk shit about our tax code, okay? Shut the fuck up.
Did you say the N-word?
No.
No, stop. Listen.
You just did a racism.
No, he didn't. Shut up. Bears, you literally have a price, then you have a VAT added onto it. Underneath
you cannot own a TV without the bobbies coming in and beating your head in for not paying taxes to the license for it.
I don't pay television license.
Yeah, that's because... Do you have a TV?
Yeah.
Well, shit, the Bobby's gonna come and kick in your door. Rip in peace, Hawk.
Wait. You don't have a VAT in Britain?
What, value-added tax? We do, but it's like it's already automatically included. It's not like you don't have a price and then something else. It's all together. So.
Oh yeah, that's something I don't understand about America. That they have the prices in all the stores without the VAT.
Yeah. Why is that, Bears?
I have no fucking clue. Taxation is theft.
So that you buy stuff and you can't really you don't really know how much you spend as you walk through the store.
Yes.
Yes. It's fucking retarded.
All right.
That's how it is.
Unless you shop, it's one of the very few times. It's one of the very few times where me going to Oregon is worth it, aside from my job.
All right.
Because there's no sales tax in Oregon.
Okay. All right, guys. Let's keep going. Here's Cyrek. Wow, giving me a 10. Thank you for the $10 there, Cyrek. There was a house near my area in a neighborhood for $90K. Holy jeez. 1,400 square feet on 2 acres of land. Very nice looking house in a good area. It sounds like a bungalow, a small bungalow at least. Mind you, this was 2019 when gas was also $1.43 a gallon.
A gallon?
Yeah. Those were the days, huh?
Thank you, Benden. I appreciate it.
Thanks for reminding us how better it was in the.
How better it was under Orange Man, yes.
and interesting enough, that is the color of Cyrek's background.
I've said it on Sisyphus Experience today. The only thing the next president, whoever he is, needs to run on as a slogan is better than Biden.
Yes, like literally, I'm not this. You see this, I am not that.
Not Biden is all you need, just not him.
Wait, remember how he turned the gas production off immediately? I'm going to not do that, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to reverse that. There's going to be all kinds of gasoline made in the United States.
Yeah, there are new pipelines.
Yes, are you born in the United States?
Huh?
No, you just
go run for president and just say better than Biden. Also, I'm black.
I'm 2 years too young for that, unfortunately.
Well, it's still 2 years until the next election, isn't it?
Oh, you're right.
Damn, Matt.
All right. Hell yeah. All right. Fuck it. I'll run for president.
Okay.
Fuck that shit.
All right. Anyway, let's.
I'll definitely get JFK'd like I'm day one because I'm going to try and end the Fed, but
We call it Hillary now.
Oh boy. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
We're going to end with Hillary.
So like you see, cars, video game consoles for his friends, all this stuff. Now, it also goes on to show Mark's situation, which I think is inherently quite exploitative, playing the sad music where it shows Mark's life, which again shows a lot, but I think it also indicates something that is inherent in most game shows, is that people go on them to win, and people are desperate to win, just like Mark has the...
Yeah, congratulations.
Wow, people that go on contests want to win the contest. Congratulations, Cavernacle.
Yeah,
you figured out how contests work again.
And sometimes they come from the lower classes and destitution. Oh no.
And sometimes
what Cavernacle, the alternative is that only rich people get to get on game shows and win prizes.
Yeah, and
what the fuck is wrong with your brain?
Sometimes
I know what's wrong with mine. What's wrong with yours?
Well, I'm saying is some of these people are quirky in the specific way the game show is designed so that they do very well. And everyone's like, how did you know all this trivial knowledge? How did you know the price of things that no one else would? Like that's why they go on these shows. They think they're going to do well, and they do.
Yes.
It's that simple. Like there's lots of game shows in the UK which they're not about money. They're just about a bunch of comedians having fun and counting numbers and playing word games. And that's entertaining.
Unbearable.
They're fun. I like them. They're
to
great.
some people.
I like word games. What are you talking about? There's a fun time for everyone, especially with comedians.
Yeah, but the comedians are usually not funny on those. They're wasted on them.
What you have to remember, comedian and Germans, they just don't mix.
Yeah, I know.
Got
Okay. Anyway, 7 minutes.
Also, I just imagine Smud in a circle of like 70-year-old women all playing Sudoku for some reason.
Is that a multiplayer?
Are you watching like 8 out of 10 cats with countdown?
Yeah, those things. Yeah.
I haven't played Sudoku in a while.
You're like a 50-year-old man.
Yeah,
YouTube
he's
for free.
Smud's a 40-something-year-old man who hangs out with 75-year-old women.
In the UK, yeah. During COVID times, yeah, exactly.
He just wants to steal. He just wants to steal their secret family recipes that they may part before they go to the grave.
In the UK, the cuisine, maybe not.
Oh yeah. Smud wants to learn how to make the fish head pie. You know,
Yorkshire pudding,
fish head pie and spotted dick. Boy,
You know, I would try and defend my nation, but no. It's not a battle I'm willing to fight.
There are some individual families that have amazing batter for fish that are secret, which I think I could probably appreciate and make a turn of money on, but that's a whole entrepreneurial stint because I've learned that some of the really good fish shops in my neighborhood have 3-generation-old recipes just on the batter alone. So
I think the only good dish that the English have ever made is the chicken parmo, but even then, that's like a bastardization of chicken parmesan.
Okay.
You're
wrong.
I do like going to Irish pubs. I do like going to pubs in general. It's one of my favorite style of restaurant, and it's simple food. It's nothing wrong with it. It's just you have to have those tastes. You have to appreciate the bar/pub style fare. And I'd rather go to a nicer restaurant, but for the price and for the convenience and the beer options, I think it's just my style. So bars and pubs are my favorite style of restaurant. But either way, we're not going to talk about that anymore. We're going to get back to the video.
Drive to do those challenges. He was way more determined than most people in these challenges because his situation is so bad.
Now we're gonna take you to Mark's house and just show you where he lives.
So this is where you currently live?
Yeah. This is my room. You know, this is where me, my wife sleep. You see, it ain't no room at all. Like,
you can't even open the door all the way.
Right. This is my little cousin's room.
Your little cousin sleeps on an air mattress?
Yeah, and he popped it, so it's flat.
Your cousin is sleeping on an air mattress that's like has a hole in it, so he's sleeping on the floor. Can I just say, I'm super glad you won the $1 million. I really am. The more you show us around, the more I'm like, thank God you won the $1 million.
So it's a kind of an insult in my mind. But Mr. Beast says the more he shows.
How is this an insult?
Yeah, it's an insult because Mr. Beast is happy that somebody who was poor got a bunch of stuff.
This guy looks like this is what is this? I'm a bit tired. I'm missing details here. This was his family, right?
Yes.
Yeah, his family lives like first semester students from the lower class that just moved into the apartment, their shared apartment thing. That's what this looks like. I've been in such places. And that's okay when you get your first semester college, university, whatever experience, but that's not how a family should live. This man is showing compassion. You excuse of a human facsimile.
Yeah, I see nothing wrong with if he was asked, "Hey, can we show where you live?" He's like, "Sure." And then, wow, I'm really glad you got the money because this is a good story now because now you can do more. You can afford more. He could open an investment account. I don't know. He already bought a house with the money, which is incredible for under $1 million back in 2020. So wherever he lives. So great. He could sow some seeds. He could invest. He can think about the future more. What a wonderful story.
Yeah, and this is why I'm beginning to believe that socialists have no real human emotions. He does not understand that this is compassion and not an insult by showing how poor he is. No, it's showing, hey, this guy is getting an upgrade to his life for his family. That's amazing. But you see that as an insult?
Yeah, he's going to give his cousin...
How twisted is your brain, man? Get help. Get checked out. Get an fMRI.
His little cousin's going to get a better bed, a good mattress to sleep on. That's fantastic.
Yeah, Kavanaugh needs to see a neurologist on top of any other sort of mental health professional.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen.
All right. Well,
Close
he's
enough.
he's what's the term? He's sticking his nose in the. Doesn't like what he's looking at. I don't know. He's acting a bit
shithead.
presumptuous.
He should be happy that he sleeps on the air mattress.
Yeah.
And it deflates every time you lay on it.
Fucking Bernie Sanders logic. You should be happy to be sleeping on the air mattress because in poor countries, the rich people sleep on the air mattresses and the little children sleep on the floor.
You will own nothing and you will be happy.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
At least you're alive.
Yeah, I still, complete sidebar, I love how people, look at the World Economic Forum and don't realize that we are looking at literally Spectre from the James Bond films.
Okay.
Fucking bald German guy wears gray suit. You're trying to tell me that ain't Ernst Stavro Blofeld? Fuck you. Don't lie to me. I can see him. I can hear him.
The man looks like Dr. Evil, but like an honest version, which would be Ernst Stavro Blofeld. And people forget that the Bond novels are based on actual secret agent stories. They're inspired by them. And if you listen to, what was his name? Saruman? Christopher Lee. Yes, thank you. If you listen to his life story, that man may have been if not the real-life James Bond inspiration.
Yeah. Well,
actually walked up to Peter Jackson and said, Saruman shouldn't yell when he's stabbed in the back. When you get stabbed in the back, you don't yell. You just kind of exhale. Like, how do you know
because
that?
You have a hole in because you have a hole in your lung.
Mm-hmm.
You just deflate.
Peter Jackson, how do you know that? Well,
because he actually went through that.
No, he didn't go through that himself. He made others go through that.
All right.
He made people go through that.
Here's Legacy for the $1.99. Thank you. We're on sale. I always like it when someone gives me a sale. How dare he helps the man afford rent? Yeah, this is such a silly, obviously it's played for drama, and we get that, but apparently it's
he's trying to virtue signal grandstand here.
Oh, really?
Because he somehow has to make this millionaire that's handing out millions to people that can really use that money. He must try to make that super rich guy look bad somehow, because he's, as previously said, jealous.
Yeah, and in the
he's
process,
he does not have the money, and he's not getting the money, so he needs to complain.
And as we said, in the process of all these videos he's made, he's already recouped his losses several times over. So he's made himself, I don't know, $4 or $5 million already, and now he's just doing the rest of his job, giving the money away in an entertaining fashion and humanizing the person, as opposed to just being a contestant.
Yeah, and
why would you want to do that?
Imagine your business model consists of handing out millions of dollars.
Yeah,
that's how you make money. You gift people millions of dollars.
Yeah, you give out $1 million and you receive back $10 million.
Yeah, you know what that's called?
Good business model.
Investment.
Bravo, Mr. Beast. I mean, he's living the dream. Good for him. Okay, let's keep going.
Them around his house, the happier he is, he won $1 million, sort of saying, look at the dump you live in, look at the way you live, I'm so happy you don't have to live here anymore. In my mind, that's pretty tasteless, because lots of people around the world live in worse conditions than Mark here. Just having money doesn't mean you're significantly happy.
No, you idiot. Those people would also be happy to not live in those dumps. And if they watch that, they think, oh, good for him. Wish I could have been on that show and managed to get through all of those rounds. Because that's the achievement. He managed to get through all of those rounds and win it. He achieved that. He did something. You could almost say he worked for that prize money.
I have a feeling that the Tabernacle looked at the guy who won $1 million house and saw it as a shit tip, then realised that people see that as a dump, and Tabernacle's own home is worse than that dump.
Doesn't he live with his parents still?
Yeah.
Isn't this his children's room?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ugh.
He's doing the argument where, there are people worse off than you, and you should just be happy. And I don't know.
It's a guilt trip. It's a disgusting guilt trip. It's what that guilt trip does, by the way, is that it keeps you from achieving more because it tells you be happy with what you have because there are people with less.
Right, but I've seen like
because
news
that
documentaries
way,
on like people who have like disfigured faces, and then someone comes by and just, we're gonna give you plastic surgery, we're gonna change your life so you can go out there and do what you want. Like this is all this is. It's a simple getting to know what came before, and now there's more to you than just some guy in a fun show. Let's humanize you, and that's it. And Caver's like, no, this is silly. This is not right. You're exploiting this person's squalor. It's like, how?
No.
He's exploiting this person's squalor by looking at it. Okay.
You know, you could make that argument. You maybe could make that argument if you had interviewed all of the contestants beforehand, made these mini documentaries about their horrible, horrible lives, about all of them, and then you have only one guy who gets out of it, and we are left with knowing of how all of these other people live, and they are forever branded into YouTube.
Remember
that would be exploitation.
The setup of Survivor. I don't know if you guys ever watched that, but they go through the background of like 5 guys a show, and then one of those guys gets off the island, and they go through the next few guys. So everyone knows everyone. Everyone in the show or everyone on TV knows what everyone's involved in, and the audience.
That's a different format because that is about the social interaction between the people.
Oh, but that's I'm not talking about
we're
the actual game
we're
show.
supposed to know them.
Yeah, that.
Also, the best season is where the men absolutely kick the ass of the women. It's fucking hilarious.
Well, I'm just saying
it's less of an ass kicking off the women. It's more of the men just doing their normal survival shit, and the
men just existing kicks the ass of women.
Well,
and the women just failing at basic navigation and procurement of food.
Well, the thing is here that this guy is trying to live up to that whatever world or industry of a standard, and he's probably doing a better job in entertainment for people actually caring and releasing content in a certain way, and he's not doing it just to get everyone to cry over every contestant, because that's not the point of the show. But he does bring it back to reality, saying, hey, you know, this guy, he's a real person. This is not some fake thing. This is his life. And I see nothing wrong with that. You know, you wouldn't have a rich guy go on this show for kicks. That wouldn't make any sense. So, yeah, you're going to have some guy who's not that well off, and he's going to have a good time, and he's going to get lucky, and he did. And voila, that's all there is to it, Cav. There's nothing. There's no sinister rule. There's no... oh, I'm going to get an extra 5 million hits with this part of the... It's like, he's not thinking like that. Silly.
Yeah, and don't try to guilt trip everyone just because it's not their fault. Okay, it's different situations.
And I agree with Chad here. People like Tabernacle don't understand altruism.
I don't know. It's hard to say.
As if that isn't obvious enough.
It's because communism requires you to have the worst possible impression of people.
Yeah.
Which is nothing. Literally nothing.
Again, what has he done?
Oh no, having no impression of people is better than the impression you have of people in communism.
All right. Anyway, we're at 8 minutes. We're probably going to get to 18, but, you know. We'll
How many ridiculouses are there?
I think we're doing good, right?
Yeah, I know. It's just we know how these videos
We're
go.
good on time.
He has a bad take. He runs with it. Then he has even more bad takes, and we're like, oh God, this is a horrible line of
It's
thinking.
fascinating that he can't even see his own hypocrisy. That's what's...
Look, we're pretty good on time right now.
All right, let's go.
Don't worry.
Of course, it's nice to be more comfortable. And it also points to a wider problem with the Beast's content in that he often gives money to poor people. He gives money to food banks and all this good stuff. He's beating around the bush by just giving money to these good causes, but at the end of the day, he's not doing anything significant to tackle the real problems of...
Which are?
He's not tackling the big problems like people starving to death. You just admitted he gave to food banks. How do you think really destitute poor people get food when they can't afford food? They go to food banks.
What's the name of this argument again? I'm trying to remember. Like, he's doing all these good things, but...
The Tard argument.
Well, there's
a retard argument.
He's only fixing a small portion of hunger. He's not fixing world hunger. That's the issue.
Oh wow, it's almost like that's impossible for one person to do.
World hunger is not a question of wealth; it's a question of distribution. We overproduce more than enough to feed everyone on the planet.
Yeah,
that is not world hunger. Is not the problem that people believe it is. It's world hunger is technically solved for, I believe, over a decade at this point. The only problem is we have places where there's very little food available because it's not brought there. And because locally you can't produce a lot because it's fucking deserts.
Well, I'm trying to think of like an appeal to pity, where it's like, well, he is good in one regard, but he's not as good as he could be, which is like, dude, what do you want Mr. Beast to do? Like stop doing YouTube and just work as a Salvation Army helper? Like, what do you want?
Oh, so something not nearly as effective as what he is doing.
Yeah, I'm not firm on my fallacies anymore. It's basically it's never good enough, and it's never the right thing.
Yeah, something like that, exactly.
Yeah, so when Elon Musk does something actually really, really good with his tons of money, it's still not enough because it's not solving my favorite problem of the world.
Then why don't you solve it?
Favorite problem?
Oh wait, you can't because you're a fucking moron.
Well, he could.
You could just work on it
at least.
Yeah, if you really care if you really care about such problems, then you just get your ass up in your free time and work on it. That's a lot of work. Mr. Tabernacle, he is not going to do any of that because he thinks people richer than him should throw their money at the problems that he thinks are important. And what that usually is communists like him think you always need to solve problems on a group level from a top-down perspective. When anyone who's actually has some life experience, Mr. still lives in his kid's room in his parents' home, anyone with some actual life experience, or ask any Buddhist monk, will tell you you can only work with individuals. If you want to solve problems, you need to work with individuals. And those individuals can then work, some of them get their life together, others also help other individuals. And that's how you better the world.
So what you're saying is you have to look at the man in the mirror. You have to ask him to change his ways.
Changing the world starts with changing yourself.
I don't think this message could get any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, you have to look at yourself and then make a change.
First, make yourself better.
Yes, you do that by lifting weights while looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
That's a start.
I'm lifting at the man in the mirror.
Well, a woman.
The healthy body is able to actually put some other things to work, and when your body is healthy, when you have some blood pumped up into that shriveled up brain of yours, Tabernacle, if you actually went to the gym, you could actually form coherent thoughts, have ideas, and realize them. Oh my god.
But that's too hard.
No, it's not. It's not when you actually have some fuel in your brain.
Whisp, it's a lot easier to eat chocolate oranges and bust a nut in your childhood bedroom.
Yeah, look, the problem is when he's just busting nuts, the blood is going into the wrong organ.
Anyway, let's try and keep going.
Yeah. The world economy of the US economy, why it's so bad, why unregulated capitalism and just capitalism.
Okay.
Oh, fuck yourself. Fuck yourself. Unregulated capital. Kill yourself. You fucking moron. You absolute fucking idiot. Try opening a small business. Try opening a small business one fucking time. You fucking retard. See how unregulated capitalism is. When you start from nothing. And then you have to pay for this regulation and that regulation and this regulation and that regulation until you are $250,000 in debt before you have even made a single unit of whatever you're trying to open your business to produce. You fucking idiot!
And even if you have a tiny cafe, like super tiny, like it's the only thing it's selling is crepes, or it's just a tea shop, or anything. If you want to put on the street just 2 chairs and a table, so that people can sit outside and eat your crepes or drink your tea. That is so much more additional red tape and costs monthly It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
Why does Tabernacle want Mr. Beast to solve America's financial problems?
Because idiots like this, not only do they expect Big Brother to solve all the problems that Big Brother created, right?
Yeah.
But they also expect somebody else to fix problems while they sit around in their childhood bedroom busting nuts on themselves and letting it dry.
Because
and then
they
making
don't
retarded YouTube videos about how other people should spend the money that they work to get.
Because that's the only way they know the world to work, because that's what their parents always did. Solve their problems for them. And if they ever have to leave that place, well, they don't know how to do things themselves, so the state must do it. The big corporation must do it. They will keep sitting around. That's also why all these people have these completely useless jobs in these big companies. Entire floors of people that don't do anything. And it's not just that their jobs are worthless. It's, what was this? What company was this? Where they now threw out a lot of people or that threatened to quit over some rainbow bullshit, and it turned out that they don't even come to work more than 4 hours a month because they don't feel like it.
I don't know, but
I forgot what was that? What company was that?
I'm just amazed that the whole argument comes down to
4 hours a month
is because a single person isn't solving the US.
I don't understand why he's talking about unregulated capitalism.
Why isn't Mr. Beast solving the drug problem?
Either way, this is...
It should be buying the crack pipe, not Biden. Come on.
I think we dwelled on this comment enough. Here's the Fartsist Leninist. Thank you for the one. And what exactly is Mr. Getsno Vagimackle going to help the real problems besides sitting on his ass begging people for money on Patreon, collecting chocolate oranges to not eat? This man is just like Hassan, total grifter and complete phony. I've never actually watched Hassan. I don't know what he does, but...
the difference is Hassan... In spite of being a fucking flat brain, Hassan has enough brain power to get enough money to buy his own fucking mansion. Tabernacle is still living in his parents' house.
Isn't Hassan having his mother making chicken nuggets for him?
Yes, but that's in the mansion that he bought.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what? Chicken nuggets?
What?
Well, and Gearchat says it was Netflix, the weird company. Where nobody worked.
Well, there's been a few by Amazon as well, but
well, nowadays.
Oh no, it was Twitter where they get full monthly pay, but only come for like 4 hours a month because they just feel they don't feel well enough to go to work.
Oh shit!
I had that job. But
yeah, and that's why they're also so scared that Elon Musk is gonna buy it, and then they might actually have to work for stuff, and they will protest and walk out on it, and good riddance. Like, you didn't work anyway, so why should you be kept in the first place?
All right, here is the Copper Owl for the $1.11. Thank you, sir. I now wish to buy that silo. I'll buy it with my book money. Mwahaha. I'll turn it into a gun factory. Where I'll build lasers, bullpups, nukes, and atomic supermen. You can all be part of my League of Evil. I'll give Wisp England, Smud Wisconsin.
What am I supposed to do with England?
And Hawk Brazil.
Why give Hawk
Brazil left on England? Hawk, do you have trees in England?
Do we have trees in England? Yes.
Do you have forests?
Yes.
Yes.
Original
they got Sherwood Forest or wherever.
Just go to Hawk's channel and you'll see all the trees that he was walking past by.
The Sherwood Forest was cut down to build some stupid fleet to conquer the world.
Yeah, imagine if Germans actually did something like that.
Oh wait.
No. Look, we didn't cut down all our forests. We instead hollowed out most of West Germany so that is now 20 meters lower than it was 100 years ago.
And you still
did damage.
Man, you raped your own nation and failed miserably. We cut down a few trees.
Yeah, which look that is actually isn't that a good thing when you fail to rape?
What? I mean, not if you're a rapist.
Rape?
The horrible thing I was trying to do, I failed at. Yes. It's good you didn't do that thing.
Question, there needs to be context. Am I a communist? Because if I fail to rape something, that's a bad thing.
No, communists are really good at raping the land and the people that live on the land. They're very good at that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get
And also,
like,
given what
the
happened in
plain rape
Leningrad, they're also
power.
very good at the regular raping.
Anyway.
Why are we talking about rape?
Good question. Let's keep going.
One eternity later.
Let's continue.
This Smudcast is so shadow banned.
Okay, we're starting.
In general is so exploitative. He's just doing these token things, and in my mind, it's to make himself look better, and it's to grow his brand. Look at the title of his video: spending $1 million in 24 hours. That's not I am helping Mark, who it comes from a poor background, get a better life. Please, Mark, do this gimmick with me with the money you've won, and I can make more money off it.
It's an accurate title. It's an accurate title. What did they do in the video, Tabernacle? They spent $1 million in 24 hours. That's why he titled the video "Spending $1 million in 24 hours."
Yeah, it's a catchy title, and when you watch it, you see, oh, that's actually helping someone. It's not just indulgence.
We all have to remember that this is the same Tabernacle who's talking about bad titles, who said that Red Dead Redemption 2 is about the environment.
Yes.
So
I don't even care if he titled the video "I help people." He's still going to complain about it.
Yeah, why they title the video "I'm helping people"? It's pretty self-indulgent and ridiculous that he title it like that. Anyway, subscribe to my Patreon.
It's more like he's helping himself and not helping me.
It's amazing that Mr. Beast is doing exactly what Tabernacle wants to do, but better, and that's literally the only complaint. And now he's like scraping around. It's like inside Tabernacle's head, there's a two-legged hamster slumped on the fucking wheel, and every so often it tries a kick to give him an idea of what to say, apart from "I'm a jealous, untalented cunt."
No, Hawk, you're mistaking the gerbil attempting to kick with death throws.
Oh, yes, my mistake. But I still stand by my thing, but the Tabernacle is an untalented cunt who's just jealous of everybody because he's a weaselly little pisshead fucking stupid wank stain.
I just love how we jumped to unregulated capitalism for like one sentence and then we're back to...
There is no such thing as unregulated capitalism in the West. That's what taxation and regulations are.
Yeah.
All right.
The closest thing to unregulated capitalism you get is probably Dubai.
Oh, I was gonna say lemonade stands.
Here is the.
I mean, those have been broken up by the cops before too, so I can't even say that.
Here's the locals Howers hitter. You could pronounce that any way you like. He's a true communist. He uses his mum and dad's credit cards. Jesus Christ. I don't even watch Mr. Beast, and I know that Cav is a lying shower shitter. Speaking of, Hawk, check your shower.
Daddy!
What the fuck?
What was that?
Somebody to the left of me has a soundboard.
Huh.
So what was it about? What about Hawk, Smud?
I got to check my shower, which is hilarious since we don't have showers in the UK. We just bathe in the blood of our enemies.
So yourselves.
What enemies?
Yeah. What? Oh yeah, what enemies? We destroyed all of them.
The Welsh?
Okay. You say that when there's an American on the cast with you, but okay.
America's not our enemies.
Yeah, it was for like a year or two, and then you got sent packing.
I don't remember packing back in 1812, but you know, we'll carry on.
Mm-hmm. That super chat said something interesting. Because you know how in religions, many followers of said religion often try to emulate living like their Messiah.
Huh?
The Muslims try it, which is not such a great idea if you ask me. The Christians try it, some of them at least. And apparently, without thinking about it, a lot of socialists, communists do that by emulating the lifestyle of Karl Marx, who lived off of the money of other people and did
being a
flat-brained
flat-brained sponge that owned slaves. Yeah.
Yeah, and wrote a bunch of racist bullshit.
And base.
It's amazing.
Okay.
Anyway, let's keep going with this argument.
I don't know how long we're going to keep going, but let's,
moving on.
Subscribers, I can get more YouTube fame, and I can get in the algorithm. This video has 43 million views. Again, if he wasn't clickbait and everything, do you think they'd get as many views?
Okay, if you're making over 1 million, let alone 10 million, let alone 20, clickbait is no longer a factor.
And I wouldn't call this clickbaiting here, because it's an accurate title. That's what happens in the video. Clickbaiting is when what you put in the title or the thumbnail isn't actually in the video.
Yeah, we're talking about an
exploitive,
an exploitive technique that you use to get a click. He's not trying to get clicks, dude. He's well beyond the $1 million mark of getting AdSense and attention. He doesn't have to try.
Could it be that Cavernacle's inner communist doesn't like 43 million because it's too low a number and it should be like 100 million like the victims of communism?
You're off by 100 million, but I get what you're trying to say.
What's his definition of clickbait? I mean, come on.
The definition of clickbait is giving an accurate title for the video that you're producing.
No, that's a definition. Clickbait is any video not made by him.
All right, here's...
Look at Kavanaugh titles. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a clickbait title somewhere.
Yeah, here... Oh, God, he definitely does clickbait titles. The Copper Owl, thanks again for $1.11. A hawk getting Brazil is a punishment. Also, there won't be a Germany or Canada or France, Pacific Coast, China, the ruins of China, the wasteland of China, Chinatown, and Chicago when I'm in charge. Also, Mike Testa gets Florida and my Florida branch. All right.
How come Mike Testa gets Florida? What the fuck?
What even's going on here?
Why am I being punished with Brazil? You think of what I could do with all that forest? I could make like 3 times the old British Empire.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to fight Mateus.
Can I have Western Ireland?
I just imagine Hawk going to Brazil and then just making a bunch of galleons out of the entire fucking Brazilian rainforest.
And not just that, but actually conquering people because they're like, what the fuck?
Oh no!
We just hear Rule Britannia from like 3 leagues off, and then we look, and it's just Hawk sailing towards us and fucking.
Gigaman, oh no.
Okay.
I'm back.
Oh no!
Thank you. That's exactly what I was thinking, Giga. Thank you.
Okay. There you go.
Okay. Here's Vladimir Dragunov. Thanks for the 5. 1812 was agreed to be a draw. Also, you guys lost 3 consecutive naval wars to Iceland over fishing rights.
Get fucked. Imagine losing to Iceland.
Did we? No,
Did we?
No, seriously, no. That's interesting. Actually, I might have a read that up if that's actually a thing.
Boy.
Over fishing rights, I mean, it's not really much of a war if it's over fishing rights. That's like punching someone for like a spilt milk.
How long has it taken you to get rid of the French fishing in your waters?
Got him.
What? Well, we can't blow them up like the old days.
Yeah, exactly. It took Brexit to do that, and then it took military vessels threatening the French fisher boats that were still trying to fish.
Yeah, but we can't. Well, what? See, thing is, Wisp. Unlike Germany, we don't just start wandering into people's places and fighting them. You know, we try and like.
Okay, England. England has never just waltzed into somebody else's place and started taking over. Now that's never happened ever.
No, because what we did was we.
No.
The whole point of that is, look, at least with Germany, it's the entirety of Germany. When we talk about England, we always talk about England, not Great Britain, not the United Kingdom. We talk about England because you also took the other fucking kingdoms.
Listen, they were empty. There was no one there.
They were empty except for all the people there.
Oh
Well, now
my
I
god,
we
who
should just
the
say
hell
London.
cares?
Fuck you, Peter Griffin. Fucking testicle chin having ass. No one asked your dumbass opinion.
We should be honest and not blame everything on England when it really is London.
Yes.
That's a good way of looking at it. Okay, fair enough.
The Queen's fault.
I agree. We should set London on fire.
It's the Queen's fault.
No more references to pop music. Okay, let's keep going.
For this series. So to his credit, Mr. Beast also sets up Mark with financial advisors just so he doesn't mismanage his new assets. And I'm sure a lot of people will say in the comments,
Cavernacle?
Mark would not agree with you. Mark is happy Mr. Beast did this and gave him a lot of money. Mark is happy for his new life. He probably will have to work again since he spent most of his money. His house is only worth $100,000. So maybe I'd appreciate it if Mr. Beast said, here's $1 million and some financial advisors so you can probably never have to work again, because this is a significant amount of money. But again, over the course of the video and the series...
In which case you would call Mark a social parasite for not contributing to society.
Wait a second.
Yeah. Just living off of his millionaire's wealth.
Did Mr. Beast say, here's some financial advisors? Is that what he said?
Yes.
So he actually was smart. Okay, hey, Mark, we're going to spend your money, but not all at the supermarket or wherever Walmart they went to. We're going to invest. Is that what Cavernacle say?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
That's great. That's a great thing. This is fantastic. This guy's awesome. What is the problem? Hey,
Cavernacle
guy.
is stupid. Cavernacle is stupid and jealous. That's the problem.
Hey, dude, you have a lot of money. Don't spend it all at once, even though the theme of the idea is to spend it within the day. As I said before, I could plan out a day of spending just for $1 million in investing. I can do that no problem. That'll take me about 2 hours to figure out. All it is the amount. Everything else would be the same. Like I would buy every sector I would want in this ratio because of the time of the year. That's it. And that would work in any it would work at any time of the market fluctuation. So this is nothing short of what you do with money. You spend what you need, obviously have some fun. That's why you have money, and then you have the other aspect of the future to think about, which is what investment's for. This is good. Mark, Mr. Beast is not some crazy weirdo who's just like, let's go spend $1 million. It's like, well, you spent, 300, 400 grand. Now we're going to think about what to do with the rest. And we're not just going to go throw it out the window. We're going to think practically, which is not as exciting. Like, I don't know if he recorded that, but it's not exciting to go down to the bank or, to an investment firm and say, what do you think I should do? Like, it's not exactly matching the theme of his video. Anyway, good stuff. This is what I was hoping for. And I got it. So I think Mr. Beast is awesome.
Mr. Beast has helped Mark out as a person. In terms of this video specifically, I find it pretty exploitative, showing a situation, Mr. Beast's comments, and using this guy for more views, for more subscribers, and for more clout for Mr. Beast himself.
Which is exactly
and more people donating to charity.
Wait, hold on. This guy signed a paper, right, to be on the video?
Yes.
Yeah, but you see, isn't Cavernacle doing that right now with Mr. Beast's content, talking about it, exploiting his content so he can make some views and make some money?
Yep.
Right.
So yeah, I gotta ask Cavernacle something important.
Why you always lying?
Doesn't he do that with almost every video that he does, Tabernacle?
He's complaining that some guys are making money, and it's not good enough. The way they're making money is not. It's bad because he's giving him financial advice on top of entertaining the people watching.
Yeah, this literally turned into Cavernacle's jealous.
Yeah, can you imagine going to, I don't know, those crazy Jeopardy people who are on for like 3 months. They're so smart, whatever, and they're not good with money or whatever. And Pat Sajak, or at the time whoever, I don't even know who the current Jeopardy person is who does the headmastering. Says, hey, you made all this money. Here's a financial planner. He's going to help you out. I know you have some dire problems. We're going to help you out. You know, you need a lot of money, but there's taxes involved. There's, how you spend it, how you invest, save it. We want to help you out. We don't want you to, go off to the side. We want to help you out. That's a good thing. All of this is good stuff. This is stuff you don't get in school, which you should. But, we're finally waking up to that.
Are we?
I think the past few years have woken up a lot of people. If you haven't watched the news, then okay. But what's been going on in the world has been driving people to change their lifestyle a lot. So, yeah, no.
Back to what the lifestyle should have been a long time ago. Yes.
Yeah, I know. There's
no more than $700 a month on Estonian hookers.
Okay. So everything that Cavernacle has said seems a bit petty and off the mark.
No, Smud. Cavernacle petty. Oh.
Yeah.
Who could imagine?
Oh, I thought it was a joyful video.
I think it's a great video.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're at the halfway mark. He says he's going to have another look at this thing. I don't know what he's talking about, but I'm curious. I don't think I want to go anymore, but we'll just see what he has to say the next 2 minutes.
No, we gotta keep going because I'm in the middle of making a meme.
All right.
Move on to a more stark problem I have with him. So he's made recent videos about the world situation at the moment, and he recently rang up a bunch of people and gave them a couple $1,000s. So what people do is they tell Mr. Beast their story, how everything has affected them, their jobs, their livelihoods, their medical bills, and then he gives them a bit of money. Notice how I say a bit, because he doesn't actually give them that much when you think about it, especially because Americans don't have universal healthcare. The way the government has dealt with everything has been awful. One $1,200 stimulus check is not enough. In the UK, for example, if you get put on the furlough scheme, you get 80% of your wages, and that goes on through till the end of September.
Yeah, at which point we're now in a massive recession over here in Britain, because it turns out that all that money that was given on furlough has got to be paid back now. So shut the fuck up, Kevin. Jesus Christ. It was like, oh my God, the government's giving free money away. No, we're going to tax this later on.
There's no such thing as free money, especially when the government is giving it away.
Yeah. So this whole furlough thing, they even said the entire furlough scheme was a dead end, like it was going to be terrible and it shouldn't be done. But communists like Cavernacle pressured the government into doing it because they wanted to lock down for longer.
What's going on?
Oh, sorry.
Is that you, Wisp? Are you okay?
For now.
The staging found out that Wisp had an opinion.
I thought
that is possible in somewhere in this country, a state found it a good idea to set up the Stasi idea again by getting citizens to report on others for wrongthing.
Yeah, there's a problem. I don't know if you guys have heard in Canada. We have what's called the Canadian Emergency Something Fund, the CERB, CERB. And that's the same idea. Like during 2020 and 2021, people were out of a job. The government stepped in and gave them basically stimulus checks for a few months.
Sometimes, no, that's not what I'm talking about, Smud.
Well, no, it's the previous comment. And now what's happening is they have to give it back.
Yeah.
And it's driving people insane. And if that was bad enough. If the government did that, that's reason to kick them out.
Yeah. But here's the thing with the furlough in Britain. It wasn't just a couple of months. It was 16 months worth of it.
Oh, God.
Right? And all that money was going to be spent given back. So,
Hawk, how much does the National Harm System cost each year?
Well, we're looking at about... it's in the billions.
Oh, boy.
And then they still need billions more.
Oh, boy.
How is that system so fucked up that you have immense waiting times and utterly crap level people employed?
Because what happened, especially with COVID, even if say a doctor or nurse didn't have COVID, but a member of their family had COVID, they had to isolate as well, which increased waiting times. They also...
The NHS had said giant problems before COVID.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying about what happened with COVID. which has made it even worse than what it was. They cancelled everything that wasn't COVID related,
which killed a lot of people.
Yeah, well, I think it was 100,000 missed cancer appointments, which are now clogging up the NHS now because people have got cancer. So we're struggling with that. The fact that it turned out that a lot of nurses and doctors didn't actually want to work. So we're now we're really annoyed that they had to go back to work. They wanted more time off with stuff. The GPs now no longer want to see people in person, and they had to be forced back into seeing the GPs in person. So there's loads of problems, and also there's a lot of middle management. There's a lot of office jobs, and you're like, well, why you got all these office people? And it's just diversity hires and stuff, and it's like the entire system's just rubbish. But that's what happens.
What for does the NHS need diversity hires and diversity offices? It's supposed to provide healthcare and quality medical personnel. It shouldn't give a shit what skin color that personnel is. Just that it's qualified.
Yeah, but the NHS is run by socialists, so the vast majority of people who work for the NHS in high positions are supporters of the Labour Party. So.
Would you consider the NHS a scam?
Yeah, I think it's one of the worst things that's ever existed.
There you go.
Let's put it this way: it was set up in 1948 to great detriment of the nation that had just come out of a war, and it nearly destroyed the country. It forced the Labour government who set it up, Clement Attlee, I think it was his name. By setting up the NHS, he kept rationing them for 10 years after the war had finished. So the British people had to be wrapped in food ration because there was so little money by setting up the NHS, and people always forget about it. People forget about it.
That sounds like Britain was worse off after the war than we.
Yeah, it was, because we were sending food over to you while literally keeping our own people on rations.
That is insane.
All right.
Bear in mind, we also had a massive. There was the winter of '47, which was like snowstorms and everything, and the Labour government didn't know what to do, how to clear roads and stuff, because there was no money that they'd already spent on the NHS. So people were freezing to death, and food was even more scarce and everything. It actually got them, because of their poor handling and everything, they got kicked out of office and replaced by Conservatives who did better under Winston Churchill.
So why would you expect a socialist to know how a snowplow works? Not even the socialists in Sweden knew how snowplows work.
Well, they did, and then the feminists got in there.
They managed to clog up the streets after they got into power with snow in Sweden. A country that is in Scandinavia, the place where you expect people to know how to work with snow.
Bear in mind, this Labour government completely bankrupted a nation that had been through a war, but also still had an empire. They bankrupted an empire within 3 years.
Amazing.
Impressive.
Here's the thing.
What the fuck?
Because the politics that the socialists did in the UK after the war is not much different than what the socialists did in the Weimar Republic in Germany, which is what led to our hyperinflation. And I think that period of history, of German history, is understudied everywhere, because that is where we see the root of what causes all this bullshit. And it's repeated over and over and over again. In the UK, in Canada, in the US, in Australia, in New Zealand, everywhere.
Okay, let's keep going. Here is Great Scott. Thank you for the one. So this is the legendary Cringernackle. Reading up on him, I can see why his channel is avoided like the plague. I don't recall if we banned him, or blacklisted him rather, but I think we gave up a while ago. So
yeah,
he's a very, very low tier Maggie May replacement.
Yeah, well,
is there such a thing?
compared to the other options we have, he's bearable to a point. The DC presents Scatman Beyond. Thanks for the one. American spends more money on healthcare than any of its military. Throwing money at a problem doesn't fix a problem. Also, sorry, I don't want to give up 2/3 of my paycheck so I can wait 3 months for a new kidney.
No, wait 3 months for the doctor to tell you you can't get a new kidney because you're too expensive to have surgery on. Because they made you wait for 3 months.
Here's another thing about what makes me laugh about the universal healthcare thing. Like, it's free healthcare in like the UK. We pay a thing called national insurance, which pays into the NHS. So we're being taxed. So it's not free, and people just don't understand it.
But it's universal.
Yeah, look at the costing rates of healthcare that have national programs in every other country, and it's just constantly increasing over time.
They
bless you.
Like what was it? It was like the NHS threatened like the government that if it didn't get £2 billion in like one day, like people were going to die. It's like what? What are you on about? Why do you need $2 extra billion now?
Why are you so incompetent, NHS?
And then it turned out they spent half of their money on diversity hires and officers, which was like ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it was literal extortion to hire ideologues.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but it's the whole thing is just like my girlfriend's old boss.
This is worse than Marie Antoinette.
Well, my girlfriend's old boss had to go in for surgery for throat cancer, and they cancelled her appointment without telling her. And then when she tried to redo it, they asked her to do a COVID test. It came back negative, but because they didn't receive it within a set time, which was ridiculous, a ridiculous time, they cancelled her surgery again. And it's and it's like, why are you doing that? Well, even though like all the people are going to be double jabbed and vaccinated and all this sort of stuff, there's still a risk that she might become ill with COVID. And like my girlfriend's boss was like, I've literally got throat cancer that can kill me. Unless I have a surgery. I don't care about COVID.
Yeah.
So she's actually taken them to court because she's suing them over their treatment of her.
Oh, good.
And loads of people are doing it now. So anyway, I don't like the NHS. Even I mean, it's run incredibly badly.
Right. Okay. Well, let's try to get back to the video.
I wish her the best.
We're only going to watch this for the next few minutes because, well, you'll see.
You always want to give up midway. Why do you do this in the first place?
It's Cavernacle. He sucks.
It's pretty
No,
bad.
it's because Smud's Canadian.
It's just, if you don't have to go through...
There's not enough alcohol, is there, Smud?
You know these people don't have anything worthwhile to say ever.
We get what we can, and then we go, okay, this is enough. It's kind of like poison. You're like, all right, I'll take what I can get, and then that's too much. I'm going to hurt myself. And,
I
don't want to take too much that I'm going to die.
I think we should have stopped when we mentioned capitalism because that was ridiculous. But
ridiculous, you say?
Yeah, it's totally.
No, it doesn't. It only counts when he says it.
When he talks about capitalism out of the blue, it's like, dude, come on. You're showing your colors a bit too obviously. But anyway, he's going to try his second part of his video, and we'll see what he has to say about the other videos that Mr. Beast does. So
something stupid.
Here we go.
Again, pointing to a general problem I have with him is that he never does anything to tackle the real causes of these problems. It's just, here is $5,000 random stranger while I spend $500,000 on the world's biggest firework.
Never thought that the whole world would just stop. I mean, I live in New York City, so, at the beginning I kind of was essential at my job, and at the end I wasn't.
You've been laid off recently?
Yeah. My last day of work was the 20th.
It hurts to hear all this. So here at WSMB, we want to give you $10,000 to try to make your life a little bit easier.
That's crazy. That's just insane.
Oh, you're about to make me cry. Okay.
Trying to make a decision whether to take a job You might get sick.
Hopefully, that $10,000 makes it where you don't have to pick, a job that can potentially get you sick. How's the recent pandemic affected you?
I am out of work. As soon as they heard about it, we were shut down. So I rely on mostly family.
How does that make Blast University feel? All right, so we here at Blast University want to help you out. How does $5,000 sound? Do you think that would help alleviate some stress from your life? $5,000.
Help a lot. I can pay a lot of bills.
We're glad we could help you.
I'm glad you could help me. I'm glad.
We just wanted to see how the recent events have affected people. How have you been finding yourself with all these things going on?
My second job is closed. My full-time job hours are reduced bad. I had to go online with school.
So wait, you were working 2 jobs and going to school at the same time?
Yes.
We here at Blast University would like to give you $5,000 to help make things a little bit easier on you.
Are you serious?
We are very serious.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I don't know what to say except for thank you.
You're very welcome.
You will make things a lot easier on me, and I really do appreciate it. Like, I'm kind of speechless.
Do you have time for a quick survey?
Yeah, I guess so.
Have financially and everything, things been good, or has the pandemic affected you negatively?
The pandemic has definitely affected us negatively. I got laid off from my job. Supposedly,
You got laid off?
my whole team just kind of got in.
Pick a number
crap,
between
it's
1 and
white
10.
me.
9.
Do you think $9,000 will help make your life better?
Yeah, I think $9,000 would be amazing.
Well then, right after this call, I'm gonna wire you
That was
$9,000
a trick
to
question
try to
for
make things
him
a little
to-
less stressful for you.
To choose the amount of
Thank you.
money. That's funny.
Yeah,
No, not all of those people are the same, but again, it seems to me pretty disturbing.
Not all of those people are the same.
Yes,
Yeah, one was
some of them were women, some of them were white.
What does that have to do with anything?
Did you guys, just so you know, I am not everyone else on the panel. Just so we're all different individual people. We have our own minds and lives.
No, Smud, I'm you. By the way, I forgot the password and login information into our bank account. So if you could give that to me, please. If I could give that to me after the Smudcast, that'd be great.
It also says a lot that out of this entire panel, only one person is American.
What?
Who's that?
What?
The fuck are you talking about, Ginga?
What?
What? What?
Like what Kev saying, not all those people are the same. It's like, so what?
Yeah, well, that's
what does that have to do?
How's there only one American on the panel right now, Ginga?
Well, if he were to
Wait,
give
on
some
the-
context
wait,
to
on the panel
not
or
all these
the-
people are in the same demographic or they're not all within the same location. Like, what the hell does that even? You know what? These individual people you just saw, they're not all the same. It's like,
No, you know what's funny? He's doing what Black Lives Matter isn't doing. He's helping Black lives.
there's nothing wrong with those past minute we just saw of him giving away cash.
Hold on. Like, is he talking about the donation amount, but he just threw it up and said people?
I don't know.
We don't
know. You know, from the title, I expected something completely different. I would have expected, because he says, Mr. Beast's content is gross and exploitative. So I jumped to the conclusion that, that he's scamming them. He's not actually giving them the money. But I've not heard that accusation.
Yeah, but then you realize it's Cavernacle making the video.
Yeah, so I assume so far that Mr. Beast is actually giving the people that money. How is it then exploitative? It would be exploitative if he didn't.
The views, I guess?
Well, you think the people who are giving, like the contestants, they would start making their own videos and saying how he's exploiting them or something. But I haven't seen that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this isn't a widespread issue. It isn't an issue at all.
Can we continue the video to see what his point is? I don't know.
His point is literally, Mr. Beast is giving people money, and I don't like it. I want people to be poor like me.
He's giving away money, but I want money.
He's not solving the fundamental problem of their lives. Guess what? That's not how money works.
Yeah, and
he needs to fix the systemic racism in America.
He has to contact all the employers to rehire these people with money they don't have. It's great.
Kavanagh complains that random poor black people are getting money.
From an individual who's being nice.
Well, he is a white savior, so that's bad, right?
Yeah, but that means that look, he has taken it upon himself to give those black people reparations personally.
Yeah, the bastards.
On an individual basis, this is like, Tabernacle, when have you paid reparations to your fellow Black Americans?
Oh dear. Okay, let's keep going.
No,
The problem is that
people in
The
UK.
problem is that socialists don't know what nice is anymore.
Okay, well,
They've never known that.
here is Molest Jet Airlines. Thanks for the one. Communists not blame capitalism for problems created by socialist adjacent policies. Challenge impossible any percentage. Okay. Just a reminder, this is the strongest British male, and he stands no chance against the weakest Bulgarian.
Yeah.
Name something Bulgarians have ever done.
Be conquered by Germany.
Oh, okay.
Got him.
All right. Let's keep
Sorry, that's the
going.
best I could do.
As much as I shit
don't
on the
know.
British, they've at least done things historically.
I don't know how to react to that.
Anyway.
Got him!
Okay.
Oh no!
All right.
Being using people who are falling on insanely hard times for your clickbait video, which you've
It's
typed.
not a clickbait video, dude.
Oh no! Your video is a clickbait.
No, what you did, what you did is a clickbait title.
And with that horrific grammar, as I mentioned in the start of the video, why do you make words capital that don't deserve...
That is a clickbait technique.
Why Mr. Beast content is gross and exploitative. Yeah.
Caps lock titles are clickbait, Mr. Tabernacle.
It's exactly what we
You're
thought it
projecting
was.
again.
It's exactly what we thought it was. It's gross because Tabernacle's not getting the money for doing nothing.
Yeah, what is exactly exploitative about the video? What is the exploitation?
Using helping black people. That's
Get some more views, maybe.
Yeah. Are we appealing again to pity? Are we appealing to something which is what people watch a certain video for? Like, oh, a cute kitten. Oh, a sad story. Oh, whatever.
Smut, it's not an appeal to pity, it's an appeal to petty.
In his case, yeah.
And I wouldn't trust Tabernacle with business decisions because he keeps buying the same poster to put it next to each other.
Look, if Mr. Beast just donated all that money, but there was no camera to record him doing that, then it's good. Because he's doing it for selfless reasons, right?
Yeah, anyway.
But if there was no camera pointing at Mr. Beast, and the charities that he's donating to wouldn't get as much money.
Right.
Oh. Oops.
All right. Well,
it's almost as if Tabernacle has no argument. Again,
let's hear his response because he just sort of listed. He didn't like it, but let's at least get the next minute, and then we'll call it a day because this is petty. Yeah, this is pretty silly.
I give $200,000 to people who lost their jobs. 17 million views. He didn't give anyone $200,000. He spread $200,000 among multiple people. Anything for clickbait from Mr. Beast. And like I said,
that's how subtraction works, Tabernacle.
Like anybody's business. Again, I don't know exactly where it all comes from, but if it comes from brand deals, he's not doing anything to really help these people's problems directly. Again, these people fall on hard times.
Tabernacle, here's you're gonna learn this real fucking quick when your parents die and you have to fucking pay your own bills. $9,000 just dropping in your lap out of the blue is a tremendous help.
The thing is, he's literally about to mention the cost of living crisis back then, as in, why doesn't Mr. Beast solve the cost of living crisis? It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, do you think that like all people have money control, like, what? How can Mr. Beast solve the cost of living crisis?
Like, yeah, how can one guy solve a problem created by an entire fucking government?
Yeah, I see this as no different as, let's say, your neighbor giving you an extra, like, whatever bundle of food because you couldn't make grocery bills this week. Only he's an anonymous dude on randomly, and he's wiring you cash for you to spend on whatever you like. This is again, he's doing exactly the same argument from prior. He's not nice enough. He's not solving the problem of what exactly the problem is. I don't even know what problem he's referring to.
What, he needs to fight the coronavirus with his money powers?
I guess
he's not solving the problem of waves in the general direction of socialist infected capitalism.
Look, it's not Mr. Beast's fault that they lost their jobs. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, like I was trying to go back to Mark when he made the comment about Crea, where it's like you give a donation, but that and causes other people to be jealous of that donation, so they want it. And this is all I can come to is with this dude. He's like, why is he giving all this money to people? He's not solving the real problem. It's like, dude, what the hell are you talking about? It's like someone giving charity. Why is that bad? Tell me why.
Why is it gross?
Tell me why is that?
And it's literally, why is it gross? Because I'm not getting the money. And that's all this argument is. I'm like, right, okay, so you're just a selfish cunt. Congratulations.
There's always going to be problems. Sorry, it's never going to stop.
Yeah.
Unless you like kill yourself or something.
Money is not going to solve these people's problems, but it's going to help them. It's going to help them get through the day.
Bills are a problem.
Oh yeah, no, those.
It's gonna give them. It's gonna give them some room to breathe.
Yeah, exactly.
Money directly solves the problem of bills.
Yeah, and then you are a bit more relaxed, and that allows you to get a better job and not just the next bullshit thing because you have to take it.
Oh my god, I can't.
And the only person who can solve your problems is yourself because you know your problems best. What helps is write them down. Take a little notebook and just start writing. Not typing, writing. Take a pen, start writing. And thereby you will figure out what the hell is even going on. And then you will notice that there's little bits that you can actually solve. And that will allow to get at other problems. And the whole giant thing that you think is unsolvable will fall apart by itself slowly.
All right.
You have to work on it, of course.
All right. You wanna stop it there, guys? You wanna keep going? I'm good to go.
Well, I say 1 more minute. Hasn't been.
I at least want to hear the last 2 minutes of absolute crazy.
Okay. Well, let's do the next 30 seconds, and then we'll go to the last 2 minutes.
Have you seen the cost of medical bills in America? You give them 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 grand. It's not going to.
Wait a second, Cavernacle.
These people didn't say that they had all medical problems.
We just had a guy, the first minute of this video, said he had a $15,000 medical bill. What does Mr. Beast do? He gives him $15,000.
You pay bills, basically, yeah.
He has
like I
solved
said.
a problem directly, a direct problem of that person, completely solved.
What is your?
But he's not even talking about the people that have medical bills. He's talking about people that lost their job.
Yeah,
and he's like saying the cost of medical bill. What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, these people are just, I'm out of work. I don't know what to do. I'm kind of screwed. What do I like? I have to make payments. What do I do? And Mr. Beast comes, hey, here's $9,000. Good luck, buddy.
Okay.
What's wrong with that, Cav? Oh, medical bills. They don't have medical bills.
Yeah, because they don't have medical bills.
So what Cav's goal post is that all life problems of all of these people must be solved forever, and they must live in absolute luxury and bliss. Only then will it be sufficient.
Does he want like some sort of like Udemy socialist course he wants to hand out to these people and say, oh, this will solve most of your problems if you just watch this 20-hour presentation on how to make a commune in your state or whatever? And you're like, what?
Tabernacle's never made anything.
Well, it wouldn't be from him, but I'm just like, he's probably going to recommend some literature.
The most complex thing Tabernacle's ever made is the shit in his toilet every morning.
And then he molded it to chocolate oranges, yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
Help them forever. It's just, a band-aid. And again, in this instance specifically...
Tabernacle, when you're bleeding, what do you get out of your first aid kit to stop the bleeding?
Oh, no, I know this. You get Mao's Little Red Book.
Oh, okay. And then you give yourself paper cuts with it to make the bleeding worse.
No, you amputate the leg.
Okay.
If I just cut off more of my limbs, it'll stop the bleeding.
Yeah. Eventually, I will eventually solve the problem of my blood loss one way or the other.
Look, especially when your leg is broken.
Well, when your leg's broken, a good communist just snaps their own neck because they're not going to give money to a capitalist health system.
No, you just cut your leg off. You become more of a victim. Then you get more help. See?
Or the fucking commissar comes along, puts a bullet in the back of your head, and throws you in the bottom of a pit.
That seems more effective, yeah.
Jesus Christ, you fucking moron! It's only a band-aid. Yeah, well, I got a cut on my hand. I can kind of use a band-aid right now.
Mm-hmm. You shouldn't use a band-aid. What kind of man are you? What do you want me to do? You want me to lick it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, no, you wipe it on your pants and then you get some duct tape.
Yeah.
You use some trash to plug up the cut.
Yeah, and even if I have 5 cuts, it's nice that somebody brings me 1 band-aid, and then I only have 4 cuts to worry about.
Mm-hmm. God damn.
Make himself look better. This is just trying to get himself clout, and unlike Mark's case, he's not significantly changing these guys' lives, and especially with the uncertainty around.
So wait a second. The donation's not big enough? Is that the problem?
Yeah.
It's not enough.
So instead of giving 9,000, you should have given 90,000? Like, what the hell?
No, a million isn't enough.
The difference between the contest that happened in 2018 and the people that have lost their jobs in 2020 is that they could not legally participate in that contest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And also, what they are getting is a certainty of money. It may be smaller, but they will have it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, as opposed to a contest where you don't get the grand prize, you may get a couple consolation prizes or some shit, depending on where you get in the rankings. This is concrete. I am going to have this money to help pay my bills.
Yeah, this is...
And he's helping more people, smaller amounts, but more people than just one guy.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't change their lives. How is it supposed to change their life? I don't understand. Like, you get money out of nowhere. That doesn't change your life? Really?
Yeah. Oh my god, $9,000 doesn't change my life. $9,000 would be pretty good.
Dude, if I got $9,000 tomorrow, that's my move to Texas.
Here's a comment I'm reading off the section here of the channel, or sorry, the video. He's actually giving more money than he's actually earning. He's got a content where he spends $1 million and only earned half of it. He's losing more money. And then Cavernacle responds, "Keep believing that if you want. That's why he does NFT pump and dumps with Gary V." I'm like, dude, who cares how he makes his money?
Oh, got him, Cavernacle. Yeah, right good response.
Oh, wow. This guy does speculative trading. What an asshole.
Got him!
It's not even that. It's like, this guy makes money. Fuck him. It's like, okay, Cavernacle, calm down.
Like, this guy's making money and he's not giving it to me. What a cunt.
He could buy me a pizza or chocolate oranges.
A chocolate orange pizza, yeah.
With like $9,000, I could buy like 100 chocolate eggs.
Well, $9,000, I could buy counts on fingers.
Chocolate oranges. And I could feed the homeless with those chocolate oranges.
Oh yeah, give the homeless nothing but chocolate oranges. That way they fucking diarrhea shit over, and some poor sap like me over in England has to spray it up. Great, good job, Tabernacle.
Everything. Now that was 2 months ago. Most recently, he uploaded a new video called "I bought the world's largest firework, $600,000. Maybe you should have used that $600,000 to give to people who..."
Get the fuck out of here!
So we're done with the video, right? I mean,
Cavernacle. Mr. Beast is allowed to spend his money however the fuck he wants. Who are you to tell him how to spend the money that he made for himself? And that he routinely gives for free to other people.
I don't care if he's spending on fireworks. What about you, Cavernacle? What are you doing with that Patreon money? You can't help somebody at least? Other than yourself?
Well, he's helping somebody. That somebody's him.
He's helping the company called Terry's buying all their fucking chocolate oranges. That's it.
Oh boy, this guy.
What if he wasn't giving away any money? Like, just nothing? Would this be even an issue?
Yeah, what if he just burned it all? Is that better now?
Like, if Mr. Beast made as much money as he did and didn't like do any of this shit, he would still be buying ridiculous dumb shit, and Cavernacle wouldn't know and be able to complain about it.
Yeah.
But I
Instead,
imagine
Mr.
someone
Beast
has
is
to make
quite
it.
often giving to charities and individual people. And Tabernacle is mad on the occasions where Mr. Beast buys things for himself.
Well, I imagine the things he buys come from somewhere, right? That gives people jobs because they got to make the thing.
Yes,
and then they sell the thing.
jobs to other people that have to sell the thing.
All right, let's go.
Yeah,
to,
that's kind of weird, but whatever.
Memes.
Let's go to the last 2 minutes. I guess Wisp wanted to see some of this. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but
Why would we do that?
All right, here we
Why
go.
not?
I don't appreciate the way you depicted Mark's home life and those comments about his home life saying you're so happy he won the money. And I just think it's generally pretty tasteless to throw around so much money like this on completely frivolous stuff.
This guy has to watch.
Your entire life is frivolous, you fucking retard.
All he has to do is watch any sob story from 60 Minutes where they go to the background and lifestyle of some poor schmuck who picked himself up out of whatever squalor and became a multimillionaire or discovered some medicine or whatever. Like, what do you want from Mr. Beast? Not to have those sections? He could.
I'm completely done with this video now because what
He wants everyone to be as miserable as him. That's what he wants.
No, exactly. This is such. This is showing that Tabernacle's such a disgusting, horrible person. Tabernacle is literally scum of the earth.
Yes.
But he's so scummy, he feels personally attacked by someone doing generous deeds. Generosity makes Tabernacle feel bad.
Oh, what a shock.
That's how shitty of a person Tabernacle is. And anyone who likes him, like, what they should do is, like, buy a gun and kill themselves because they're useless people as well.
I agree.
Because this is literally, I'm angry because someone who has money is doing good things, and I don't like him because I am a worthless piece of London shit. What a massive cunt! Oh my god! Honestly, he's like I want to cause this guy so much physical pain because he's such an unlikable person. I would like a curb stomp wouldn't be good enough for this person.
Just fly a plane.
Fucking British History X starring Hawk and Tabernacle.
Of course, jump out of the plane before it crashes into his house. Yeah.
But yeah, this is. I can't believe I'm literally saying that Tabernacle doesn't like generosity. He wants, like what Eric said, he wants everyone to be miserable because he himself is miserable. It makes me so glad that when he went to an Arsenal football match, he got jumped and beaten up. I'm really happy that someone beat him up. He needs to be beaten up. Job. No, this is the sort of person who needs to be beaten up repeatedly for being such a shitty person.
All right.
No more of this video. No more of listening to this person's shit. Let's go to
memes.
Memes. Is he still there?
I'm already on memes already, guys, in case you didn't pay attention.
Please.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fuck this shit.
Please, mister, stop showing me bad things. Look, I hear you. Counterpoint, you're a woman. Oh, okay. Thank you, Hawk.
Wait, where'd you start from?
I start without you, don't worry.
How did you start without us? I don't know where the fuck we are now.
Where?
What is this? It had to be done. What am I looking at?
That's Meat Canyon.
Oh, God.
Wait, hang on. What's it? Sierra is getting upset over Hawk's 9/11. Who the fuck is Sierra?
Wait, where? What? What are you?
I don't know.
Are we starting yesterday or what's going on?
Don't worry.
All right.
Smud skipped like 2.
Smud's like, fuck it, let's just go.
Oh my God, Bears and the Tabernacle. That's a great Lego rendition. Holy hell!
Oh man,
Where did you get this sticker? Is that an actual Lego piece, or did you put a sticker on that?
Oh wow, that's amazing.
The rainbow?
The rainbow heart. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, Bears. When are you gonna do that?
Picking up.
Where are you
see
gonna
that in live action?
And who's that on the? Is that Smud on the right?
Someone from Among Us. Yeah.
Is that the feds?
That's the Among Us going. I
think
I found a murderer on board.
You did our job for us, Bears.
Here's the best one. You help increase someone's quality of living. That's ridiculous. Oh,
yeah, did we ever get a count?
Oh.
I will break you.
Correct.
Crack on the crab.
Correct.
Oh.
HRT is incredible. Okay.
The
That's,
fuck?
the one on the right is,
Is
the one
that-
on the left is Leafy is here, and then that shoe on head.
Oh,
Why Leafy and Shoe on head? Why them
Wow.
specifically?
They look very similar. It's weird.
No, they don't.
Jesus. Joe Biden magically summoning 110,920 unnamed Wisconsin civilians to jerk him off at 3. What the?
Correct.
Where did this come? What does this have to do with anything?
Yes.
Anyway.
Because Bears brought the topic of old silos. Time to
You skipped one.
Time to restore this.
No, he read it. He read it.
What gay thoughts?
What is happening? Is this?
We are not the same, Walter.
Is this how we destroy the mold with the sledgehammer or some kind?
Yeah.
Well, that's a mallet. That's a mallet, first of all.
That's a. Isn't that a meat tenderizing mallet?
I don't know what that.
No,
is.
that's a rubber mallet for like woodworking.
Yeah, rubber mallet.
In total, you spent 210 hours gaslighting women this year. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Absolutely based.
What the hell?
Texas cops shut down girls' illegal lemonade stand. Yep, I remember that.
That's from That's from way back.
Did they beat the shit out of the little girls? God damn.
Probably.
I'd pay to see that.
Jesus Christ.
It's a shame that those two kids became casualties of police violence, isn't it?
Well, they're not. I mean, they're white, so why would you?
Moses Ingram plays worst inquisitor ever, asked to leave acting profession.
Yes, please leave.
I haven't watched the show. I don't intend to watch the show. I don't.
It's a pile of crap. Don't bother.
Actual libertarians, why can't I paint my own shed?
No, this is both. This is both.
It's both.
All right.
The hell is this?
Deep in the Earth's core, the League of Evil meet for Smudcast.
Wait, who's who?
From
LitDev's obvious.
bottom left is Mark Eric Mark Eric. The black one I think that's ER. Then LitDev, Mike Testa, Kermit the Frog. I don't know who that's supposed to be.
Isn't that what?
And then I don't know. I'm not sure who Corn Cob guy is. I think that's Hawk with the pompadour.
Yeah, I want to know who the Corn Cob guy is.
And then Whisp, and then me at the bottom there. I don't know who's coming in.
Who's in the back there?
Corn guy? I don't fucking know.
Behind Wisp.
What is going on? I'm. Are you at memes?
The memes, the one from Copper Owl with the League of Evil.
All right, never mind.
Are you sure the Cowboy's not a glib?
Wait,
isn't it an Axel?
You guys can put names on that if you want your own little meme. And
wait, who's Frozen in the background?
Beginning of the Second British Empire, 2033 color.
Oh, that's cute.
Okay. The Codex return. You guys.
I appreciate you making me a Dark Angel,
you
Matthew.
You guys can read that. That's totally specific to one fandom. So.
Fuck up, Cooper.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. Deregulation is bad. Okay. Bears and hogs just.
You son of a bitch.
Rational argument, fellas.
No, it's not an argument. It's a statement of fact. There's a difference.
Why is that bears? I don't know.
Because I'm the bears of wisdom.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. Taxation is
What is going on in this?
I like how me saying taxation is theft just turned Hawk into North FC for some reason.
No, but I agree. Taxation is fair.
Oh wait, is that why he turned into North FC? Because he looked at me and said "simple as." Is that why? Fucking Eric.
Okay. Anyway, that was.
I only remember that.
Hold on, I can't go without putting this one.
No, we're done.
So, were you happy that we did a Tabernacle video for Sunday?
It was pretty relaxing, actually. It's kind of dumb, but it's what we expected.
No.
Let's turn it off. Okay.
The only thing I remember is that he complained that giving $1 million to a guy isn't solving his problems, and that instead he should give the 600,000 to people because that would solve their problems instead of buying fireworks.
Except the person that sold him the fireworks just made $600,000.
Yeah, so giving little amounts to people is wrong because it doesn't solve their problems. Giving $1 million to one person is bad because it also doesn't solve his problems. Instead, you should give 600,000 that you spent on fireworks to people instead to solve their problems.
Yeah, he's seeing this through the lens of, well, we have all these problems in the world. Why don't we just give away money? Why is this guy having a channel about blowing stuff up with fireworks and having fun?
No, it's not even that. It's not even that. It's when you give money to people, it's wrong because it doesn't solve their problems, but an amount between the lowest and the highest stated should be given to people to solve their problems instead of spending it on funny stuff.
So did we ever?
Because that solves their problems.
Did we ever?
He doesn't make sense. He's insane. He's so dumb. He comes across as insane.
Did we ever get a number count on the number of times ridiculous was stated? I don't think it was over.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
It
had to be more than 10. It had to be.
I thought it was less.
I think it was under.
Yeah, I think it was under
10.
Yeah.
I was too busy making lost count.
9/11 is not an answer, guys. That's actually.
It's either 9 or 11.
Yeah, I know that doesn't help at all.
What about 9/11?
It's either above or below 10. It cannot be 9, and it cannot be.
It can't be both.
Guys, as well. 9/11 was a national tragedy.
Yeah, how could George Bush do that?
Okay.
Yeah,
anyway, guys, that was Sunday. Thank you so much. This was a recommendation from a patron, so I do appreciate that. And it's been a while since we did a Cavernacle video, but we tolerated it. We did what we could. We did more than half, which is better than I expected. So, bravo.
Patron, you say?
Thank you for sticking with me, guys. That was time you'll never get back. Let's just say. So,
Of course.
No, thank you for sticking around. It seemed like you wanted to leave.
Yeah, I think I think Bears put it right at the first minute. We're like, oh my god.
Of course.
That was bad.
What did I do in the first minute? I wasn't.
You wanted to end it right there. You were like, I can't.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, we got the thesis statement of the video in the first minute and a half.
Yeah. So anyway, keep the suggestions coming. Tomorrow's, of course, Anime Day, so I believe we've already tallied some of those ideas up. We'll see what the voting turns out to be. Come on and vote in the channel. Always appreciate your ideas and suggestions, so thank you so much. We'll see you real soon, and have yourself a great Sunday. Bye-bye.